Justin Timberlake has several really good, really dope throwback songs that I enjoy. And one of my favorite ones is What Goes Around. So that's the song that I'm going to be turning into a poem today. Justin Timberlake's What Goes Around. He said, "Hey girl, is he everything you wanted in a man? You know I gave you the world. Had me in the palm of your hand." So for this one, I'm not complete with it yet. I think there's only like one last line that I have to add in. It's probably just one word that I was trying to look for to complete it. So I'm almost done with it so far. I don't even think I went in and highlighted everything, but you can kind of see. So I started with, I didn't know if I was going to have it start as is the world, but I ended up just leaving it as the world. So I started with the world in the palm of your hand. Just can't seem to understand. Well, no, I didn't highlight just. So the world in the palm of your hand can't seem to understand. And I was right here, I was kind of playing around with it to see where exactly I wanted it to go. So I was kind of deciding if I wanted to have it as everything that you claimed, maybe my name, and then go from there, see what I could come up with. But as I was kind of reading further, it was kind of hard to work from there. So I said, everything that you claimed, everything that you claimed, the same name. And then I think this is where I left off at, and I have to finish from here. The same name that, finish the sentence here. So let me fix that, kind of figure that out, and then it'll be complete and I can share the final result. Okay, so this is the final result. I'm not sure if, well, I guess when you read it, it's one of those that you have to read and interpret in your own way. There's probably like multiple ways that this can be interpreted, but it's just one of those that you have to interpret yourself and make it make sense for yourself in that way. As I read it, if I was going to interpret it, for me it would be like, the world in the palm of your hand can't seem to understand you. So confused, feeling the abuse. So confused, feeling the blues. Time goes back around. What comes now? So it's like, with the world in your hands, it's like it can't seem to understand why you're not in a certain type of, like, you have all of this in your hands, why are you not using it? Why are you feeling down and in the blues and stuff when you have so much in the palm of your hands? So you just keep going through these repeated cycles. Time goes back around. What comes now? And you go back to, like, with all these repeated cycles, you go back to everything that you claimed, and really it's not much. Even though you have all of this, you have the world in the palm of your hands, you still feel like you can't claim much. All you feel like you can claim is your name. And I say that because it says, everything that you claimed, the same name that you know in time, will get a busy tone. You deserved lonely nights, but with a lot of sympathy, what goes around comes back around. So you felt like you could only claim your name. And even with that, even with just feeling like all you had was your name, you know in time that you're not always going to have that name. You're not always going to have your name. You're not going to always have a name. In time, the name is going to be a distant memory. It's going to fade from a lot of people's memories. In distant time, like, some people might still remember it, but it may not be brought up as much anymore. Even though you had the world in your hands, eventually it's like it all fades away. And with having all that and not using it or not feeling grateful for it, I guess, then it can be like, you deserved to really not have any of that, or you deserved to only feel like all you had was that name. You deserved the lonely nights, but with a lot of sympathy. You had the world in your hands, and the world still had a lot of sympathy for it, and you still had some sympathy too. What goes around comes back around. So even though you probably deserved that time alone, you still had that sympathy there, so the sympathy still came back around. I guess. Like, I don't know. Does that make sense? If you have any songs that come to mind, drop a suggestion down in the comments for some songs that I could choose to make another Blackout poem from. The world in the palm of your hand can't seem to understand you. So confused, feeling the blues. Time goes back around. What comes now? Everything that you claimed. The same name that you know in time will get a busy tone. You deserved lonely nights. But with a lot of sympathy, what goes around comes back around.